I think one of the things that we have a challenge of in the workplace is we look at employees and we see very tangible things. They're doing their job, they're not doing their job. They're performing well, they're not performing well. And a coachable mind is that foundation of acceptance. And so a coachable mind will hear things and create actions to go in the right direction. Yet we tend to want to fix people. We tend to want to take that negative attitude and fix that person. You don't fix people, you give them choices. I often make the joke that if you could get someone in a headlock with someone who's negative and say, cut it out, and it worked, I probably wouldn't be in business. Coachable minds wouldn't exist. So we have been taught to resist. We've been taught to have defense mechanisms. We've been taught, especially in the youth sports arena, it's not me, it's the coach, it's the teacher. So it absolves me from any responsibility. So the challenge becomes is getting people to understand the full scope of this and to really understand their responsibility. And I think that, leaders have to understand that they can't fix people. I once had a gentleman who told me he didn't want to do coaching inside his company. And I said, don't. And once we got behind the scenes, we realized he wasn't hitting his numbers. He wasn't really cultivating a workplace culture people wanted to stay. I think they had a turnover rate of about 17, 18 points. And he kept telling us that he didn't have time to coach. And I said, well, do you do the interviews? He said, well, yeah. I said, well, tell me about a candidate. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, how long does it take you to get a candidate to join your organization? By the time he got done, it was like 4 to 5 hours of full interview time. And I smiled and he goes, what are you smiling at? I go, I could cut that by about 80% to get people to stay and perform higher. Yet you've got to be comfortable with the gray area. And that's the coachable mind. If you take someone who's resistant, negative attitude, doesn't work well with others, and you get that moving in the right direction and you nurture and you water it and you praise it, you put your arm around them, you hug them, you kiss them, whatever you got to do, and you get them to move in that right direction, how are you feeling right now? The guy stops and says, oh my gosh, I'd feel fantastic. Yeah, we need to coach. And so
Hmm.
it's also the relationship with coaching. Coaching isn't a tool to fix. Coaching is a tool to give people choices. And that's exactly what we're doing with Coachable Minds is foundationally, we become a partner to leaders. We help their people become more coachable, not just for the leader, but certainly for their individual contributors.